hell you're looking at. So this is a little combination testing of the Optrel 2.5?
No, it's the Optrel E684.
E684 and the ESAB A50. Both of us went through a lot of looking around on the internet to try to figure out which one of these helmets was going to be the best. And I ended up with the ESAB, and Scott went with the Optrel. And I will say that if I wouldn't have got the ESAB, I would have bought the Optrel. And I think he was questioning both the same. So we decided the only video that we could find on the internet was a couple of German guys, which, hey, God bless them. But it didn't help us in English. So we're doing this one, and we're going to try to just do a couple test welds and see what the heck the differences are. Okay, go ahead. So what we decided to do is go ahead and let Scott use my helmet, and I would use his, and we were going to basically make our judgments on overall color clarity, ambient light that would allow you to follow your weld pool better, and in the end I think we found that both of them worked equally as well. But for right now, as you can see, it's the up-down arrows that you put in, and we are discussing the idea of Scott's thinks this flashes a little bit more than his.
Well, I'm not sure if it was auto darkening. I don't know if it was staying on 9 or if it started at 9 and auto darkened from there. But
you suppose it's the delay? How about if we turn the delay down?
No, it was the overall brightness in the lens.
In the lens? Okay. So I usually do a 9, so I'll tell you what, let's put it on 10 and let you try it. The Optrel does have a automatic and manual operating mode. When you put it in the automatic mode, the protection level is automatically adjusted to the intensity of the light arc via sensors. The protection level can then be set by turning the knob. The ESAB is strictly a manual setting. There is no auto feature.
The manual mode and go to, it's the range, and if I go to 9 right there, that should be the same as the 9 on yours.
Right.
Or supposedly.
So what we're discussing is there is no auto mode. There is a, what did that thing get called?
It said this is a auto darkening filter, which I think just takes it and darkens it from its ambient setting.
Right, but it's not something that's a separate setting that you can adjust.
It doesn't automatically change the shade.
Right. So what we were talking about is mine is set up at 9 with a sensitivity of 4. And Scott's had his in an auto mode because it appears the Sentinel,
which I think it might have gone darker because I hadn't seen like more ambient light with yours when I was welding, and it felt like I didn't get burned, but I could see the weld if I closed my eyes, whereas I didn't on this, so it could have gone darker automatically.
Okay, so we're going to set it into manual mode and have them both exactly the same.
I'll tell you what, let's do our eyes a favor and set them both at 10.
Okay, go to 10.
10.
Okay, and I'll change mine.
My eyes suck already.
Okay, so mine is now set at 10. We've tried these two together, and I think both of us feel that I'm not sorry I bought mine, and he's not sorry he bought his. They seem to be pretty equal. And your feelings on
either purchase.
Your feelings on the sensitivity issues?
I think the sensitivity, I think you made an improvement by making this more sensitive. And we played around a little bit with the darkening filter. I think that the sensitivity helped to the 9. We went to a 10 and it was indeed dark. And I think the 10 on here was what this is auto darkening to.
Right, so Scott's features that he has that it doesn't appear the ESAB does is it does have a button to just go into auto mode, which we're going to assume basically just sets the weld, or the minute that you spark the weld, it's going to set it according to ambient conditions and give you the best automatic mode that it thinks you should do, whereas the ESAB doesn't appear to have that. It does have an auto darkening filter built in, but I think that's overwritten with the manual controls. Right.
What makes it go, but I think it detects the brightness of the weld and adjusts for it, even though you can go manual. So if you're a really good welder, you probably know what to set your settings at anyway, and trial and error.
And I think too, the other thing is like my eyes, especially using the old Harbor Freight one and some of the other ones that I tried out, I need to have that sensitivity set at 9 in order to see my weld pool. Whereas maybe your eyes are more sensitive, so And then we also discovered this has got 4 sensors on it, and yours has got 4
I think 2.
2 sensors on this one?
so,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So overall, I think we both made the right choices, because in the end it came down to researching and whatever works for you. And I can tell you, I would have definitely bought the Optrel. It was on my list of which ones to look at.
Do you know the real thing with these helmets?
What's that?
Neither one of them make a difference if you don't have any gas.
Yes, that's true. When we decided to do this test, I just realized I'm out of gas, so don't judge our welds. They look like crap. Okay, one of the other features we want to point out too is between these two helmets is overall weight. And just in feeling them, hefting them up, there's no doubt whatsoever in my mind this Optrel is a lighter helmet. And when you set them side by side, you'll notice they both have the lips. And I think actually he's got a little bit more side protection here than the ESAB goes down a little bit more. And then the other thing that, and I've seen this on other videos that becomes an issue, when you take the ESAB, depending on how you are conscious about your welding habits, if you put this thing down, you're laying it right on the lens because there's no lip whatsoever. You got the nose piece, but it's gonna roll.
Bad.
Yeah, whereas the Optrel, it's got the side edges, so the glass will never come in contact with the surface that you lay it on. And really, I mean,
You don't do that, right?
I don't do that because I'm already aware of it, but if I didn't know better, I probably would have done that. This one came with 5 protectors in the package. How many did you get in this?
I think 1 extra.
One
Maybe
extra?
2. I haven't gone through the whole thing.
Okay. So overall,
Yeah.
they're both great welding helmets, and
And way better than our old ones.
amen. I had the Harbor Freight one, and I'm telling you, it sucked.
I had a Lowe's.
You had a Lowe's?
It did okay for a while.
Yeah.
But once you spend the money and see what welds really can look like when you're welding, it's a huge difference. Money
And-
well spent.
And before I bought this ESAB, I actually went to his house and borrowed his Lowe's helmet to see how I liked it. And I also tried a Miller and a Lincoln. And in the end, I'm glad with this decision. So both helmets come with a cover case for both of them. His is a nice soft cloth material. This feels like some sort of a rain gear kind of thing.
Probably hold up really good.
Yeah, but although, look at
Mine
the
would get
bottom.
wet.
Look at the bottom. See, it's the same.
Looks
So
like
on-
you could hike with it, right? And everything would be
Yeah,
protected.
yeah.
If
This-
you want to hike with a welding helmet.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well, you know,
why?
when you go chasing, what was it, that thing we had this last winter where the eclipse went over and you needed to go look at something, you needed welding glasses, you take your helmet and go on the hike.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
Yeah, so anyway, that's what you get with them. So in closing, both Scott and I feel that these two helmets are very good. You can't go wrong with either one of them. So in the end, it comes down to what's preference for you. In my case, every helmet that I had had before, the Harbor Freight one and trying the Lowe's and the Lincoln and the Miller, no matter what, I couldn't really follow the ambient light around so that I could get a straight weld pool going. So that was difficult for me, and I have much better luck with this ESAB. Scott, I think, on the other hand, liked the auto feature more, that you don't just have to fool around with it. And if you were bouncing between different welding types, I think that would probably be a nice feature. As we said here at the closing, weight, there's a slight advantage to the Optrel. The ESAB has a much bigger area inside the helmet, so peripheral vision is probably a little bit better. The ESAB arc sensors, there's 4 on that one, and the Optrel, I did confirm on the instructions, were 3. ESAB had the manual settings only, and the Optrel did offer a auto and manual. And then in the end, it was the price thing. So, you know, if prices matters to you, then there's a little bit of an advantage to the ESAB. So we hope this helped, and give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and good luck to you.